Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. So you had said you really enjoy watching Super Meme. What are you going to see? Will we have a Charger player that's going to be able to kind of pick off Squirt consistently?
I do not actually remember properly the entire lineup of Supermean since it's been a while I've played against them. But I remember I think V used to play the Chargers, so or Jakey or V used to play the Chargers, so we might be seeing that coming out of them. And I really do not know what we're gonna be seeing overall though from both of these teams. So we might be in for a very pleasant surprise.
Let's hope so. We're going into our second set here of the day. We're going to be starting with Splat Zones on Manta Maria. And I'm so excited, Hero. Let's see what we have.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, okay, okay.
Ooh.
These are interesting team compositions. I really love the comp coming in from Upgrade.
I
It's
do
an
too.
understatement. It's an understatement saying how much I love it. This is such an interesting comp, and it seems like it could just cheese out Splat Zone so well for them. But we do see here Superman going for the first cap, but the first cap does not decide an entire game. And let's see what happens.
I think this pick here from Q on the ballpoint is very interesting. You know, we had talked about what kind of range was Super Meme going to be able to bring and how they'll be able to deal with Squirt's Dynamo. I think Q is sort of the answer, but getting found out is not going to help them. So they do have to jump back to spawn with the rest of the team to kind of push back forward. And this will be an early lead for Upgrade. I don't really know what we're gonna be. I don't know. I'm a little anxious now. I'm a little nervous if this is the right pick that Not a Supermoon was able to do in order to keep Upgrade away from mid.
We currently see Not Superman going for all four of their specials in order to take back zone, but the hammer comes in from behind, able to get a pick, but it seems like this is probably going to be Superman's cap. We saw they were able to deal very efficiently with the lockdown coming in from Upgrade. Even if it was so threatening, they were still able to deal with it very quickly, which is something that I'm really hoping they're going to be able to do for the rest of the match, as we see once again the zone going in control of Upgrade. But what do you think is actually going to be the most important weapon on the side of Superman here in order to deal with all the AOE that Upgrade is packing?
Honestly, I'm still thinking it's this ballpoint here. We've been focused on Q a little bit here, and I think that Q is really showing that they are going to be creating a lot of pressure for the rest of Upgrade to have to deal with in order to get into zone. And the ballpoint also paints very quickly, so it's going to allow them to sort of hang on to and take back over these zones as fast as possible. So I think that Upgrade needs to deal with Q and this ballpoint before they can do anything else right now.
I perfectly agree, and I think we saw earlier how much pressure he was able to put, not necessarily kills, but he was just able to put so much pressure just by standing on that top mid. And I feel like so far the most efficient way that Upgrade has been dealing with Q's ballpoint has actually been Q's misplays or mispositionings rather, because we've seen how much pressure he was able to put by just standing on that on the catwalk on top mid. But we did see him drop on the bottom left, and that just opened up such a huge door for Upgrade that, as you can see, they're already going back for another for another hole.
Seems like it. Getting those missiles off. Oh, that was a fun trade right there. Using that Ultra Stamp to take out the missile player, but the missiles had already gone off, which then takes out the Ultra Stamp.
Gosh, oh
I
my
love
god.
those cheeky little plays that we see in Splatoon all the time. Wally Chan doing everything they can to come into mid and try to take over that other zone. This alternating splashdowns going to be very frustrating. Wally
Very
does
nice
get
pick.
the pick that they needed, though.
I think it's unfortunate that he was able to barely miss the pick on Brandon's machine, which, as we see him here, he's actually able to get the revenge pick for his teammate, potentially getting a double kill on the ballpoint. Finally, he is able to get that. Does go down, but that's essentially a very important pick because, as you were mentioning, the ballpoint is going to be so important for Super Meme, and when the ballpoint is down, it's just so much harder for Super Meme to do anything against the competition that that Upgrade is actually running.
Very true. I think lag is also someone worth mentioning right now. You know, really formidable with this Explosion, not only going to be able to get as many potential picks as possible because it's a very strong hitting weapon, but it'll paint decently well enough to take some of these smaller zones. Having this baller as well, lag is just holding on to it because they know they want to use it the moment Supermeme begins the push into zone, which could be happening right now, I think. Oh,
Oh, double storm coming in. the explosions you were mentioning, able to hold off the zone so well just by single-handedly shooting at them, but unfortunately, huge individual play coming in from Molly-chan, able to actually get the kills and get that zone cap, but it might just be delaying the inevitable because, as we saw right there, it's back in control of Upgrade, and we've been seeing how well the Upgrade has been playing, both individually and as a team. And again, the pressure coming in from Squirt's Dynamo, the pressure coming in from that Explosher that we saw Lag play, completely shutting down any form of takeback that Supermeme might have from the far right side.
We don't have a lot of time left for Supermeme to try to take this lead right now because they do have a lot of work. They need to get through a 36-point penalty and break down 45 points of their own in order to knock this out. Squirt doing a fantastic job. 3 down on the side of Supermeme, just not giving them enough time to take this back. This game, wow.
I think that was a beautiful showing by Team Upgrade. I think they played that one really, really well. The positionings that they were taking during the holds were absolutely fantastic. They were just shutting down every single point of entry coming in from for Supermeme, and the only time Supermeme was actually able to get back into mid and get the zones was either through a combination of all of their specials, which is ridiculous, or through insane individual plays like I saw Wally-chan do at close to the end of the game. So if I am Supermeme and I have to counterpick, I am definitely not picking zones again. Because that
Yeah.
is not a comp you want to play against in zones. Right.
I agree. I mean,
What
my
would you
pick
go for?
My personal one would always be Clam Blitz because I feel like it sets teams on the edge and it makes them a little more anxious. But knowing Upgrade and knowing that they actually play clams really well, or they had the last time I saw them play clams, that's not something that I would pick here. So I would probably go with Tower Control at this point. But then again, that Dynamo is going to be really strong. The Explosher is going to be strong. So process of elimination makes it Rainmaker. What do you think, Hero? What would you go for?
I have to agree with Tower Control and Rainmaker, both of them. I think Tower Control, as we see actually Supermeme going for here, is definitely going to be a smart pick, as the mode itself does not favor an anchor such as the Explosher. It generally is pretty unfavorable for buckets, and the Dynamo Roller, although it likes to ride it doesn't really hit the tower too effectively. So that probably is going to shape Upgrade's entire composition into something completely different compared to what we saw last game, except for Brandon's machine, which is going to be absolutely ridiculous for Supermeme to deal with. But smart pick. What do you think that Supermeme is going to be doing here? Do you think they're going to be sticking with the same comp?
I think so. I think they might change up a few things here or there, as we can tell that they're sort of discussing this right now, while V and Wally-chan are still taking a couple of minutes to decide what they want to play. But Upgrade, they readied up very, very quickly, so I wonder if we're going to have a few changes there. I do have to disagree with you on terms of tower control and buckets, though. I think that having some of that splash damage from these buckets could be very, very strong. And I think both Lag and Squirt are going to perform very well on tower control. My worry is New Albacore Hotel, because of all of the ramps that this map has. It's not going to be as strong for some of these weapons that you would need to kind of squid form to get away from. So I don't know. I'm really excited to see what they decided to bring to this.
Let's see, and we see the Tri-Slosher and the Rapid Blaster Pro Deco, so a switch from the Explosion as far as Anchor goes for that very aggressive Rapid Pro Deco. But we do see them drop the K-Machine to do this, which is definitely pretty interesting, and I am not the biggest fan of having a weapon that is not your anchor be the Stingray, but it might just work out because of how good Squirt is with that Dynamo as a main weapon that is just single-handedly able to change the tide of the game. So we do see a kill on the Charger, which is actually going to be huge right off the bat, but oh my god, okay, Squirts, that is... okay, I was saying that your main weapon is just so good, but damn, like that's crazy. Give me at least some time to breathe.
Calling you out right there for sure, saying, what are you trying to say about this? But Squirt is probably the premier Dynamo player that definitely my favorite to watch. in terms of competitive play. Always ready to try to make sure that if somebody is sharking around, they just get those picks as fast as possible, which is saying something for Dynamo, which is a very slow weapon. Right now,
Absolutely.
Upgrade has done a great job getting to this first checkpoint, but they're not going to quite be able to take it.
It's kind of like they forgot about the tower. I'm sure they were trying to do that in order to not let the Stingray, but they had such good positionings and such good turf control that uh, I'm kind of not sure why they gave up on at least 10 seconds of riding the tower. It doesn't seem to be backfiring so far because Brandon is just going in with that Rapid Blaster, absolutely demolishing all of the defense, and that's a wipe. So, you know, I might be saying stuff, but it seems to be working out. So who am I to judge?
I think this combination of their weapons is very strong as well. Brandon with this Rapid Blaster is going to allow for a lot of that chip damage that, will help lag with this Tri-Slasher as well. So I think right now Team Upgrade is just sitting pretty, moving this tower as fast as they can all the way through this second checkpoint and bringing the point to 13 when there's still somebody over here. I believe that is Brandon down there. Still in a very precarious situation
And here
against
comes
Supermeme.
Stingray as well. So, like, aside from the fact that they're still getting kills, which means that they're still going to be able to continue and extend their push even further, a push to 13 on this map on tower control, most of the times, it's really hard to push this far, and it's going to be really tough for Super Me. We've seen them on the back foot the entirety of the game so far, and it doesn't help if they throw fizzy bombs in the water. But it's going to be tough because we see Upgrade has so much surf control, and as you were mentioning, their weapons are just so focused on splash damage, and they just do such a good job at abusing it to their advantage. With the Dynamo getting chipped, the Tri-Slosher cleaning up with burst bombs and whatever, and the Cancer Pro obviously always enjoying having weakened enemies, which means that I can one shot, I can two shot, I can kill really fast, and that's what my team wants me to do, unless I get sniped like that. But do you think Super Meat has a chance to come back, or what do they have to do in that case?
They have so much work that they'll need to do in order to come back from this. I don't know. You were talking a little bit about this comp, and I think that maybe that might have been a misstep here. Having the Stingray is going to be really strong, and maybe this is exactly what they need right now in order to kind of stop this tower. Beautiful by
Ooh.
Q. Getting that double. Is it going to be a triple? No, I don't think so. But still, really, really nice shot there and very helpful. But maybe that Stingray would have been better served for a push and not for defense. So gonna have to build it up very quickly in order to try to make some sort of push right now. But Squirt has their own Stingray, so I don't know. Q is gonna be facing a few issues in order to get that back up and ready to go.
I definitely agree, and I think this match really goes to show that even if a team composition might not be as conventional as your enemy's composition might be, as we see here, Upgrade's comp compared to Supermeme's comp, which looks like a fairly bread and butter composition, at least from a couple of patches ago. It really just goes to show that as long as you know how to play your weapon, you know how to play as a team, and you know what your goal is, you can do extremely well. But, talking about this, it seems like Super Meme is finally getting this going, and they're going really far.
I think Supermeme has found their footing. They are so, so close to being able to take this lead back right now. Three members of them over there, making it very, very difficult for Lag to get any of these picks. Lag does go down, and that is the lead going to swap over to Supermeme. They are about to knock this out because there is no contest coming out from Upgrade. Fantastic ending to that game right there.
I just don't know what to say. I'm speechless because this is the only push we saw Super Meme do the entire game, and it was enough to just chain it and snowball it so well into a knockout that really there's not much else to say other than wow and bravo to Super Meme and the way they executed that. It's unfortunate to see upgrades not being able to respond to that push, but I think it goes to show that their team composition was unconventional. They played it really well, but there was a glaring weakness in how they would play defense. Offense, they played absolutely amazing, but in defense, they struggled because their anchor weapon was not the weapon that would farm the Stingray, and the weapon that would farm the Stingray was one that had to go in to get that paint in order to get that special. And at the same time, the roles there were kind of mixed up. So it backfired, but really excellent showing up until the last 30 seconds of the game, really.
You know, I'm sort of questioning if this was the plan all along. Upgrade, having this counter pick, going for splat zones on Muscle
Oh
Forge.
gosh.
I mean, I don't know Hero, but I'm kind of thinking Super Meme is in trouble.
Oh god. Okay. I think saying that they're in trouble is an understatement. If you just look at the entirety of Upgrade's weapon pool, and then you just think about one map, and that map is Muscle Forge, right? All of the weapons are so good. They shine so much on this map because of how much they can abuse angles, they can abuse the angulations, the slides, the walls, everything. And honestly, Super Mew has to play out of their minds like they did in the last 30 seconds of the last game in order to be able to do anything at all against such an oppressive team comp, which I think we're going to be seeing out of Upgrade.
I agree with you. I'm so excited to see what they are able to bring to this today and what they decide to kind of change up for their comp. Upgrade is going to have their work cut out for them right now, and I I mean, sorry, Super Meme is going to have their work cut out for them, and I'm really excited to see Upgrade just sticking to what they feel like is working. Well, yeah.
Curious to see Super Mew actually going for the Zinc Mini instead of the Vanilla Mini, which is obviously universally been acclaimed as the superior weapon, superior variant of the weapon, as missiles would definitely really help Super Mew in positioning that Dynamo and that Explosher away from the cheesy camping spots that they'd like to be in. As we see Lag right there, standing on top of that wall, so hard to deal with for Super Mew. As we see the Charger here, Q being pushed so far back that the timer just keeps ticking down.
I love that they know exactly where Q is positioned. Beautiful shot on Squirt right there, but it took so much for Q to be able to get in position to do that. That was sort of like one of those Charger shots that you're like, was that planned or was that just sort of lucky?
I
Like that
definitely
one
agree.
right there.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
gosh.
agree. Gosh, Q really coming in clutch with those snipes, but at the same time, really just giving up some insane positionings, which, as we see right there, Broken completely abusing the fact that he was not able to defend that angle, getting a beautiful double pick as the timer just keeps ticking down. And this comp, we are both saying it, it's so oppressive, especially on this map. Do you think that Superman can do anything right now?
I don't know. There's so much that they actually have to be able to do. I'm questioning. I'm very questioning what they're going to be able to do to kind of take this over. I don't know.
I mean, we saw them there get the penalty, which they desperately needed, otherwise the game would be already over, but still, penalty aside, they really haven't been able to do anything else. I mean, you saw right there, they get the penalty, they get wiped right after it, so really bravo to Upgrade so far.
Upgrade has just been showing not only how strong they are as a team, but also that, the modes that they can play and kind of their thoughtfulness, maybe is the word I'm looking for, or their I don't know, ingenuity in their the way that they're kind of attacking this zone continuously is so good. They have almost kind of gotten rid of this penalty. They have an opportunity to knock it out if they can burst some of those bubbles. Squirt needs a little bit of ink to try to maintain this zone. There's really not enough time for Super Meme to come back in and take this. And this is the team Upgrade that I fell in love with, and the reason that they made my like favorite teams list, because they just consistently perform beautifully.
I won't lie, I 100% understand why these guys are in your favorite teams because, I mean, after this showing, I love these guys too. I mean, seeing a team composition as cheesy and as fun to see
Mhm.
with that one, it's not something you see every day, and I really hope they're going to be showing off this comp also when they get to the winner's side, hopefully, of this tournament, because that was so fun. But I think also this was definitely an interesting match, an important match actually to underline, because it's probably the first example of a good counter pick so far, right?
Right.